Okay, uh, speaking of the table of elements, I've got a lot of things on my table, on my plate, mostly elements. And it's elemental. The table of elements is full of elements. And well, I don't think they need a table. So I don't know why we call them the table of elements. There's lots of elements. Copper, iron, chloride, oxygen. I said copper, right? Barium. And a whole host of other elements, I don't know what. Mostly it's a table. Hi, good morning. And the table is elemental. And the table is made up of elements. Mostly, if it's a wood table, it's made up of wooden elements. If it's a metal table, it's made up of, well, metal elements. So, and your mind is made up of elements. Why? Because it's elemental. So, we find that the elements, there's the elements outside. We are in the elements, which is full of many elements. But to be mental is highly well encouraged because the mental ability is full of elements. It's elemental. When you go to school, you begin your first journey into the elements. You go to elementary school. It's elementary, of course. And what you find and discover and learn about the table of elements, maybe in elementary school, or maybe in secondary school. But that's secondary. So, now if you go to college or university, you'll find many elements there as well. Mostly people who are teaching about the elementary table. But they don't use a table. They are standing at a cistern or a podium that's made up of elements. And those people are professors. And they're teaching very important topics that are elemental. So you find elements in an atom. Electrons, protons, neutrons. Those are small elements. Those are tiny elements. There's big elements. You can have elephantal elements. And elephants are rather large elements. So, my advice to you is get outside, be a part of the elements, go to elementary school, study the elements, and be part of the elementary structure, of the elementary table. When you get hungry, sit down at the table of elements and have your fill of elements. And just make sure they're not overly cooked. You can have raw elements. If you're vegetarian, you want to be a raw veggie or a vegan, then you can be a vegetable element or an elemental vegetable, or having vegetables at the table of elements. Just be sure and share your elements, okay? So, that's my take on the table of elements. I hope you didn't find it elementary, and I hope you didn't get mental over it. Anyway, I'm out enjoying the elements. I'm seeing some flowers right now, and they're yellow. I don't think yellow is part of the table of elements, though, do I? No. Phosphorus, I think, is part of the table of elements. But flowers aren't phosphorus, are they? No. Okay. Insects, they're part of the structure of the table of elements because you find them on their table, mostly. Mostly flies. They land and fly away on the table of elements. So get back to your elements now.